Minecraft was released over a decade ago, and since then has become one of the most iconic titles in gaming history. However, with this extensive lifespan, there's bound to be some pretty weird and unnatural occurrences. This is the Minecraft Iceberg. Originally, I'd planned to scour the depths of the internet for different Minecraft icebergs and mush them into one. However, Reddit user Probot748 recently compiled an extremely thick, updated version that is quite literally the Giga Chad of Minecraft icebergs. It outlines the mysteries and secrets hidden away in the seemingly innocent children's game. For those who have never watched an iceberg video, the entries on the tip of the iceberg are common knowledge, whereas as we travel further and further down, the items become more hidden and mysterious. I get scared really easily and don't do well with horror, so I'm gonna add some premium high-tier Minecraft gameplay to brighten the atmosphere. Again, huge shout out to Probot748. Without the colossal amount of time they spent researching and creating this iceberg, along with the 29-page Word document, this video would have not been possible, so all their links will be available in the description below. Anyways, without further ado, let's start off with... here we go, the first layer. Herobrine. Herobrine is one of the most iconic characters in all of Minecraft history. If you're born in the 2000s, the top two biggest fears in your life were failing your grade 3 spelling test and Herobrine. Basically, Herobrine is a Steve skin with 4 pixel adjustments. The first image of him appeared on the 4chan board and was literally a 144p foggy image of a man with white eyes. However, Herobrine later grew in popularity after Minecraft streamer Copeland decided to stage a prank on his stream, featuring Herobrine using a high quality retextured painting. Since then, Herobrine has made many appearances in the Minecraft community, including by Mojang themselves. For example, in every Minecraft patch note, they jokingly add removed Herobrine. Now, what's funny is that they actually haven't added remove Herobrine to the patch notes for 1.16 or 1.17. Could this mean something, or did they just forget to put it in? I have no idea. The Farlands. The Farlands are an eerie display of hollowed mountains caused by terrain generation bugs. There's actually 4 different types of these Farlands, consisting of the Edge Farlands, Corner Farlands, the Sky Grid, and the Stripe Lands. These super scuffed chunks generate around 12 million blocks from spawn due to an overflow error in the Minecraft code. I have no idea what that means. Disc 11. Disc 11 is a Minecraft music disc that plays a disturbing track of someone breathing and coughing. Along with a mysterious sound at the end. People have theorized that it could have been either an Enderman or a scratch on the disc. Disc 13 actually also plays a similar creepy and ambient sound, which potentially means that these discs could actually be linked. Name tag Easter eggs. Giving mobs name tags with specific names might actually give them special characteristics. For example, Dinnerbone and Grum flips them upside down, and Jeb underscore turns sheeps into a gaming keyword. However, one not many people know of is Toast. It was added to the game after Reddit user XYZEN420 asked to add his girlfriend's bunny, Toast, into the game after he went missing. Surprisingly, Minecraft developer The Mogminer actually saw the post and added the memorial into the game. Creeper Origins. When Notch, the creator of Minecraft, tried making the pig mob, he switched the height and length values for the body, ultimately designing the first model of the creeper. Creepers are plants. There's been an ongoing theory that creepers are plants, and there are actually a few facts that back it up. Firstly, the Minecraft's official mobastery states that they are actually made of moss. Secondly, they're green, and players say they need to explode to release their spores. Finally, the original texture for creepers was actually based off the leaf block texture. Soul Sand faces. Due to the faces in the soul sand, many people have theorized that there are actual souls in the block. Now, from what I can see, if those are actually faces in the sand, they're probably feeling the pain I felt when my wife left me. End credits poem. After spending hours beating a black flying lizard, you get a poem written by Julian Go as soon as you step into the portal. It's basically just an ego boost and is probably longer than the B-movie script. Nether portal in tutorial logo. In the old editions of Minecraft on console, tutorial worlds were added in order to teach the fundamentals of Minecraft to new players. One thing that stood out in these tutorial worlds was the iconic Minecraft logo floating in the sky. However, players noticed that breaking into the portal actually revealed a secret hidden nether portal. Okay, we're going to the second layer. Mince Raft. There's a 1 in 10,000 chance that the title screen of Minecraft will say Mince Raft instead. Cave Game. Cave Game was Notch's first version of Minecraft and was never released officially. The only recorded footage of the game is on Notch's YouTube channel, which for some peculiar reason is blocked in most countries. Ender Dragon is a female. Assuming the Ender Dragon lays an egg when you slaughter them, it is theorized that the Ender Dragon could be female. Dimension layers. The Minecraft community has generally accepted that the end is above, the overworld is in the middle, and the nether is below. However, this theory has actually never been confirmed, aside from an official Minecraft World Beyond poster art. Nether Reactor. Minecraft Pocket Edition started off with a lot of coding restrictions, causing no naturally spawning caves, no villages, and no nether or end. In response to this, Mojang's brilliant solution was to make you build this, which looks like a weirdly designed pizza oven. Activating the Nether Reactor caused a nether spire to generate, allowing you to obtain nether related items. It was later removed when Mojang finally fixed all the coding issues and implemented an actual nether portal. Herobrine is Notch's brother. A creepypasta on the internet revealed that Herobrine was actually Notch's dead brother, who somehow snuck into the game. Unfortunately, Notch stated on Twitter that he doesn't even have a brother, aside from a half-brother that he's never met. The whole idea that Notch and Herobrine were brothers is still a pretty cool concept though. Desert Wells. A totally useless building that holds a singular source of water and generates in the nether biomes, even if you turn off the generate structures option. There's about a 1 in 1000 chance in Java Edition and a 1 in 500 chance in Bedrock Edition for this totally useless structure to spawn. It's strange because no one knows why they were added or why they're so rare. Abandoned Villages. Abandoned villages, also known as zombie villages, are griefed villages with cobwebs, missing doors, and zombie villagers. These villages have a 2% chance of generating in Java Edition compared to the whopping 25 to 30% chance in Bedrock Edition. Igloo Basement. 50% of Minecraft igloos spawn with a basement, which is actually as suspicious as it sounds. There's a villager and a zombie villager trapped behind bars, along with a brewing stand that contains a splash potion of weakness and a golden apple in the chest. If you've watched my potions video or just have any general knowledge of Minecraft, you'd know that this is basically a perfect setup to cure the zombie villager. Education Edition. The most popular editions of Minecraft are Java Edition and Bedrock Edition. However, there's actually another version of Minecraft called the Education Edition. This version was designed for teachers and students and features a bunch of subjects to learn like science, math, and computer science. They also have training tutorials for instructors, such as this tutorial on movement. It's pretty wild imagining a 60-year-old professor studying Minecraft movement for hours and eventually becoming a parkour expert. Infiniminer Inspiration. Infiniminer was a first-person competitive mining game that was released in 2009. It looks really similar to Minecraft, and many think that the game inspired Notch to create Cave Game a month later. Nether portals were made for Endermen. Before nether portals supported custom dimensions, the nether portal needed to be 3 blocks high. Therefore, many have theorized that the Endermen, which is the only mob that is 3 blocks tall, were the original users of the nether portal. And if I'm being honest, the similarities are there. They match the black and purple color scheme, they have the ability to teleport, and they actually reside in the Nether's warped forests. Enchantment text. The Minecraft enchantment table text has actually been one of the most memed things in Minecraft. The font is from a standard galactic alphabet, but unfortunately, the actual combinations of words are randomly generated and mean absolutely nothing. Zombified pigmen green blood. Zombie pigmen used to have red blood, but due to the gory look, it was changed to green blood by Notch. Hermaphrodite mobs. Many Minecraft mobs have traits from both male and female sexes. For example, cows have horns and udders, and chickens have red wattles but lay eggs. Mob lightning conversion. Lightning striking certain mobs turns them into a different variant. For example, villagers become witches, creepers become charged creepers, pigs become zombified piglins, and mushrooms switch between red and brown variants. Feeding parrots cookies. This entry on the iceberg probably refers to the parrots being attracted to cookies when they were first released. Unfortunately, the cookie in the chocolate is actually toxic to parrots in real life, so it was changed a few months later. If you feed a parrot a cookie now, they will instantly die. Zombie villager conversion. Zombie villagers can be cured with a golden apple and a splash potion of weakness. The zombie villager basically vibrates for 3 to 5 minutes, and once finished can give amazing discounts on their trades. However, if you actually want to torture the poor guy, you can actually reinfect the villager over and over with zombies to get even better trades. Void below overworld. If you've ever been in creative mode and mined down, you'd know that there's a massive void underneath the overworld. It sort of conflicts with the dimensional layer theory, but Killer rabbit. In the Minecraft 1.8 snapshots, there was a 1 in 1000 chance of killer rabbits spawning. It has red eyes, moves faster than normal rabbits, and is a literal menace to society. Luckily, it is currently only able to be spawned into the game with commands. Pack.png. The default picture for every single Minecraft texture pack is this casual picture of an ocean and a Minecraft hill. It was probably taken like 10 years ago and sparked zero to no interest. That was until YouTuber C1 made a video on pack.png in 2020, which caused a massive team to actually start the hunt for the pack.png seed. The seed was finally found 8 months later in September of 2020. Swamp/jungle villagers. Even though there are no such things as swamp and jungle villages, their villager variants can be found through spawn eggs, breeding, or curing a zombie villager. Title screen world. C1 returns on this iceberg by making a video on the seed of the Minecraft title screen. The panorama was used for 7 years and was again found by a large group of contributors. It's pretty cool seeing a bunch of volunteers come together to find the most bizarre things in Minecraft. Painting origins. The paintings inside Minecraft are actually edited versions of Christopher Zetterstrand's real paintings, who is actually Notch's former brother-in-law. The only painting not based on a real painting is the Wither painting, which was a custom painting and was added to Minecraft in its later updates. Skeleton horse traps. A skeleton horse trap is when a horse is struck by lightning during a thunderstorm. The single skeleton horse is actually disguised for the 4 skeleton horsemen with enchanted bows and helmets. This might actually be a weird reference to Revelation 6 verse 2 in the Bible. Illusioners. An illusioner is an illager that can only be spawned using commands or data packs. They have a bow and the ability to use 2 spells, one that binds the player and one that replicates itself. Now, although it hasn't been added to the game yet, many speculate that it's going to be in the game in the 1.18 update. Secret languages. Minecraft has a languages menu, housing languages from all around the world. However, there are 5 exceptions. Pirate speak, lolcat, Shakespearean English, Anglish, and English but upside down. There's also Star Trek's Klingon language, one of the Lord of the Rings Elvish languages, Esperanto, and Logban. I've probably scuffed up the pronunciation of all of them. Zoglin. Basically a zombie hoglin. This occurs when hoglins escape the nether and travel to the overworld or the end dimensions. Sky dimension. In the Minecraft Beta 1.8 adventure update, Mojang had actually planned a sky dimension to juxtapose the nether. The sky dimension was filled with floating islands and was compared to heaven, just like the nether was compared to hell. Notch even confirmed the dimension via Twitter, and said there's a certain chance that you will get teleported into the dimension when you go to bed. Unfortunately, the sky dimension was rebranded into the end dimension, and Mojang staff on Twitter have said that there is no plans to revive the sky dimension. Chick quadruplets. There's a 1 in 256 chance for you to spawn 4 chickens when you throw an egg. Notch's Twitter. Basically, Notch's Twitter has sometimes been a place where he shares some controversial opinions, many of which I obviously won't be getting into. In August of 2020, Notch made a deal with the Game Maker's Toolkit that if he dropped the politics, Notch would delete his Twitter account. And he actually did it, although he reactivated his account in September. Ghast sound origins. Musician C418 stated that the ghast cries in Minecraft are his cat when disturbed while sleeping. Netherrack is made of flesh. A theory has been going around that Netherrack is actually made of compacted flesh, which is terrible because I was going to eat a pizza after recording this. Brown mushroom. Brown mushrooms are caused by lightning strikes, although there is a 1 in 1024 chance of creating brown mushrooms through breeding. You can also get suspicious stew when you feed brown mushrooms a flower. Nether chicken jockey. A baby zombified piglin has a 5% chance of riding a chicken, and this is actually the only way chickens can spawn in the nether naturally. Hi, so we're moving on to the 3rd layer, and I took a break to eat pizza. Gears were added to the game from the in-depth version to the alpha version, and could be placed on walls. I think they were meant to be used in mechanisms like redstone, but they were actually never given any functionality, so the only use would have been to decorate your interior living spaces with spinning fidget spinners. Herobrine Shrine. In the early days of Minecraft, when Herobrine reigned terror over innocent 12-year-old children, players started making Herobrine shrines out of netherrack, stone torches, and gold blocks. This funny-looking building was supposed to summon Herobrine, but left most people instead with a satanic-looking streetlight. How did we get here? The How did we get here achievement was a hidden advancement that could only be obtained if you had every single status effect on you at the same time. This includes Absorption, Bad Omen, Blindness, Conduit Power, Dolphin's Grace, Fire Resistance, Glowing, Haste, Hero of the Village, Hunger, Invisibility, Jump Boost, Levitation, Mining Fatigue, Nausea, Night Vision, Poison, Regeneration, Resistance, Slow Falling, Slowness, Speed, Strength, Water Breathing, Weakness, and Wither. Endermen are Farlanders. In 2011, people on the image board website 4chan petitioned Notch to rename the Endermen to the Farlanders, based on the Farlands that we talked about earlier. However, Notch suggested renaming the Farlands to the End instead, which is the origin of the current End dimension. The supposed hidden lore was that the Endermen used to live peacefully in the Farlands, but after being discovered, they were forced to live in the End dimension instead. Fire Chainmail. The chainmail armor is only obtainable through chests, drops, and trading. However, for some unknown reason, you could actually craft chainmail using fire blocks prior to version 1.8. Now, was this practical? Absolutely not. I mean, fire could only be accessed in creative mode, so this literally had no use in survival at all. Johnny. When you rename a Vindicator Johnny, the Vindicator will no longer become hostile to you and other players, and instead attacks other mobs aside from other illagers and ghasts. I'm pretty sure this is a reference to the Here's Johnny scene from The Shining, although I haven't watched the movie because... Red Dragon. Now, surprisingly, this actually has no relevance to the gaming company. The Red Dragon was an overworld boss planned by Notch, and looked like the red version of the Ender Dragon. However, unfortunately this project was abandoned after Notch left Mojang. To this day, we still don't have a Red Dragon. Messed up. Zombie Horses. Zombie Horses are like a green variant of the horse mob, and can only be summoned through commands or spawn eggs. Like skeleton horses, they don't drown because they're already dead. Flying Machines. This entry on the iceberg is referring to the thousands of flying redstone contraptions all across the internet. They usually use pistons, slime blocks, and redstone blocks, and can help you travel indefinitely through the sky. Stunned Enderman. Staring at an Enderman after they've already become angered will cause them to become stunned, making them lose the ability to move or teleport. You can also use a boat to trap them. You wanna like... I'm looking at you. Wait, why am I in the boat? Luck Potion. The Luck Potion is a broken potion that is supposed to increase the quality of items you should obtain from loot tables. However, as mentioned in my potions video that you should totally watch after this video if you haven't already, it doesn't even work. Currently, the Luck Potion only increases your quality of drops when fishing. Green Steve. Okay, this entry on the iceberg is referring to a popular Minecraft creepypasta where a green variant of Steve tries killing a player after he jumped down into a desert temple. According to the player, Green Steve hit him and transported him into a bedrock room filled with creepers. The player freaked out and then left the game. After the player sent an email to Mojang developers, he got a response saying a developer snuck Green Steve into the game, despite the other developers saying no. Green Steve has caused several creepypasta spin-offs, such as Blue Steve, who hides underwater, and Red Steve, who... Missing texture block. In Minecraft Java Edition, textures with invalid IDs are displayed as a purple and black checkerboard. However, if you're a Bedrock player, Minecraft Bedrock Edition instead has a dirt block with the word update written on each side. Nether ceiling. If you've watched Dream's Manhunts, you would know that the top of the nether houses a vast ceiling of bedrock. There are various tricks to get through the ceiling, such as ender pearls and minecarts. A really good use for the ceiling is easy nether travel, as there are literally no obstacles there. Wooloo. Evokers can turn blue sheeps red by shouting the lovely phrase Wooloo. I probably scuffed that. Apparently this is a reference to the priest's conversion ability in the game Age of Empires, which I have never played, so unfortunately can't confirm. Item duplication. Item duplications are one of the most famous exploits in Minecraft history. The process is simple. Through a glitch or bug, you turn one item into 2. The 2 turns into 4, the 4 turns into 8, and it pretty much goes on like a 2048 game. You can also duplicate shulker boxes, which basically duplicates every single item inside. There are so many throughout the game's lifespan, so I'll probably do a future video explaining every single Minecraft item duplication glitch. Testificates. When villagers were first added to the game, they were called testificates. No idea why. Okay, so Reddit says that testificates just basically means tests or testers. Or testes, but that sounds sus. Yeah, I think they were just used for like Mojang to like test stuff. Yes, big research. This is why I'm failing in school. Raspberry Pi Edition. Aside from Java Edition, Bedrock Edition, and Education Edition, Minecraft also has a Raspberry Pi Edition, which is basically just a free modified version of the Alpha Pocket Edition game. I've actually played this in school before, and it runs okay, but it gets boring after like 10 minutes due to the limited amount of features available. There's also a Python programming interface, so apparently you can add your own code. Super secret settings. Before version 1.9, there's a secret button hidden in the options menu that allowed you to select different filters for your game. This included the upside down setting, the pixelated setting, and the creeper vision. Notch drops apples. While searching through the game's code, players found out that Notch drops apples whenever he's killed. I think this might have been implemented due to a player named JTE joking that Notch dropped an apple when killed in his crafting guide in 2010, because at that stage of the game, apples were actually unobtainable. So far, this feature is still actually in the game, as during Dream's Minecraft manhunts featuring Notch, he can be seen dropping an apple when he dies at the end. Quiver. The quiver is an unreleased item that would be used to store multiple stacks of arrows into one inventory slot. Unfortunately, it was scrapped and all existence of the quiver was removed in the 1.9 combat update. Undead Giants. Undead Giants are an unused mob that used to naturally spawn in the inf dev version. I'm assuming Notch probably inputted the wrong value into the size property because these comically large zombies are 12 blocks high. Another weird thing about giants is that they have no AI, meaning they just like stand there menacingly. They don't turn, chase the player, or respond to damage, which is actually quite relieving considering that if they did, it would turn Minecraft into an Attack on Titan simulator. Unused pigmen. Before Mojang created villagers, Minecraft player Mike Lee suggested to use regular non-zombified pigmen to fill villages. Due to this genius idea, they actually give Mike Lee a baking cape. However, they did him dirty by removing his cape after too many people asked for capes as well. Minecraft. Minecraft was a 2D version of Minecraft, featuring a Pokemon-style top-down Minecraft game. It was created by Notch for a 48-hour coding competition called Ludum Dare. Endermites are parasites. Ender pearls are theorized to have been eggs that endermites hatch from, and may have infected the first humans traveling to the end, causing them to turn into endermen. However, this theory clashes with the endermen are Farlander's theory. Mobs afraid of cats. Phantoms and creepers are terrified of cats for some unknown reason. Aquatic tutorial decayed runes. This entry on the iceberg is in reference to the runes you can find underneath icebergs in the 1.13 aquatic update, which, if you inspect closely, is actually one of the old tutorial worlds. There's also a secret chest with a music disc, which is pretty cool. Enderman backwards speech. If you reverse the Enderman voice clips, you'll discover that they're actually saying hi, hello, what's up, what the, and look for the eye. Could this mean that Enderman might have originally been some sort of human? I have no idea. The Hovering Inferno. The Hovering Inferno was basically the Chad version of a blaze, and was known as Mob D in Mojang's 2017 mob vote. Unfortunately, it lost to Mob B, the Monster of the Night Skies, which turned out to be freaking phantoms. Probably the worst mobs to ever exist in Minecraft. 3D Anaglyph. The 3D Anaglyph option allowed users to play with 3D classes by applying a red and blue filter onto the the game. It was removed in version 1.13, which is reasonable because unfortunately not a lot of people have a pair of 3D glasses casually lying around. However, it's still sad to see the option go. MD3 models. In the early InfDev version of Minecraft, Mojang artist Doc created several MD3 models such as Beast Boy, Steve, Black Steve, and Reyna. However, these models were removed after Doc left. Cancelled Minecon 2014. Minecon 2014, which was supposed to be held in Europe, was cancelled for no reason. Some people speculate that it was cancelled because Mojang was busy with Microsoft, as this was the time period that Microsoft was purchasing Minecraft. However, the cancelled Minecon eventually was rescheduled for 2015 in London. Entity 303. Entity 303 is a Minecraft creepypasta about a new version of Herobrine. According to the story, Notch fired a Mojang employee, causing the employee to seek revenge on both Minecraft players and Mojang. His absolutely genius idea was to rebrand to Entity 303, hire a team of hackers, and corrupt player worlds and computer files with the numbers 303. Shiver me timbers. The creepypasta says 1 in 40 players were affected by Entity 303 and his hacker team, and if you had any files on your computer with 303, it was most likely the evil doing of Entity 303. This creepypasta inspired other spin-offs such as Entity 0. Null. Null is a creepypasta about a player who meets a pitch black figure in the alpha or beta version of Minecraft. The player says he never acted hostile and just watched him. A few years go by and the player encounters Herobrine in version 1.7.2. According to the player, Herobrine tells the player, "I need help," and goes on to say about how all the scary stories about him are false, as he in fact is one of the good guys. Herobrine ends off by saying the mysterious black entity he saw was different and was evil. His last words were, "If you don't help, however, well then, it's his game now." A pretty interesting story, but sorta creepy how the Null character just stalked a miner for a couple days. We're getting deeper. Fourth layer, here we go. Missing no splash. This entry on the iceberg refers to the splash text on the Minecraft title screen. If you go into the splashes.txt file and delete everything, you will see the text missing no. However, it's been removed in the latest versions of Minecraft. Void fog. Before 1.8, a black fog would appear as you traveled below Y level 17. Eventually, the fog would thicken until it was completely dark. However, it was removed to improve game performance. Dragon egg origins. This theory is paired with the theory that the Ender Dragon is female. The existence of a dragon egg suggests that there may have been a male dragon partner, which could have actually been the scrapped red dragon. That's just a theory though, a game theory. Mob perspective filters. In spectator mode, you can click on a mob in order to see through their perspective. You could also use these perspective filters in the now removed super secret settings. Arbalistic. Arbalistic is a hidden Minecraft advancement that is unlocked when you shoot a total of 5 unique mobs using 1 crossbow shot. Abandoned strongholds. Strongholds in real life are normally protected and guarded, yet the ones in Minecraft are completely abandoned. This theory suggests that all the humans from the stronghold must have gone through the other side of the portal, leading them to all turn into Endermen. Ender Dragon enslaved Enderman. The Ender Dragon enslaved Enderman theory says that the Ender Dragon is the Kim Jong-un of the End. Firstly, the End doesn't have an exit, meaning Endermen have no escape from the world until the dragon dies. Secondly, Enderman eyes used to be green, so the color change to purple may have been the evil mind control by the Ender Dragon. Finally, the achievement when killing the Ender Dragon is free the End, implying that Endermen didn't have freedom before. What makes this theory even more scary and plausible are the warped forest help sounds, but we'll be getting to that in another layer. Endermen are corrupted humans. Many people believe that Endermen are corrupted humans. This is supported by the backwards speech Enderman talking, along with the fact that humans don't exist in the Minecraft world, possibly because they've been turned into Endermen. However, the reason they could have turned into Endermen in the first place is highly mysterious and debated. Some say they could have been turned into Endermen when traveling to the End, or maybe they could have been corrupted by Endermites. Disc 11 spectrogram. If you put the audio of Disc 11 into a spectrogram, you can see the image of Steve's head, along with the number 12418. If you convert the 12 into the letter C through the hexadecimal numeral system, it says C418, who is, unsurprisingly, the composer of Disc 11. K14 spectrogram. The K14 audio also has a similar spectrogram Easter egg and instead features the face of a creeper. Moon phase effects. The moon in Minecraft actually has a slight impact on mob behavior. For example, the fuller the moon, the more slime spawn. Additionally, a fuller moon also increases the chances for skeletons and zombies to spawn and pick up items, along with increasing the chances for spiders to spawn with static effects. A fun addition is that 50% of spawn cats during a full moon will be black, which is a reference to the superstition that seeing black cats during a full moon causes bad luck. PC Gamer Demo. In June of 2011, the PC Gamer featured an exclusive demo version of Minecraft that came in a disc. There was a time limit of 5 in-game days, aka 100 minutes, a PC Gamer Minecraft screen logo, an in-game PC Gamer logo, along with a custom PC Gamer cow texture. On day 6, the trial would expire and display images of some Minecraft screenshots, which were actually traced to a Reddit thread where Notch asked the r/Minecraft subreddit for screenshots. However, there was actually a bug where if the player was above Y level 88, they could continue playing the demo. Incurable zombies. I honestly don't know what this is referring to. Zombie villagers can be cured using a weakness potion and a golden apple, yet zombies themselves have never actually been able to be cured. This is pretty common knowledge, so I'm not sure why it's on the 4th layer. Brick pyramids. During the InfDev version of Minecraft, brick pyramids that were 32 blocks high were spawned into the game to test structure generation. A full brick pyramid consisted of 43,680 brick blocks and always spawned in the same coordinates. Monoliths. Monoliths were massive towers of randomly generated terrain that reached the height limit and were caused by a terrain glitch in the InfDev version of Minecraft. They were removed in the Halloween update, but in my opinion, they look pretty cool. Monsters under your bed. In the early versions of Minecraft before Minecraft 1.0, there was a chance that mobs could spawn near your bed if it was unlit, waking you up if you were sleeping. Giant fossils. Fossils have a 1 in 64 chance of spawning in each chunk underneath desert and swamp biomes. They're made of bone blocks or coal ore, and the new 1.18 update will include fossils made of diamond ore. They are theorized to have belonged to either dinosaurs or the giant zombies we talked about previously. Quantum chests. You can fit 1,728 items into a single chest block. Now, if you think about it, that is highly impossible and unrealistic, unless, according to the quantum chest theory, every single chest leads to a finite quantum space. This theory may be backed by the existence of ender chests, which could have been a result of earlier Minecraft civilizations inventing a way to have their chests share the same quantum spaces. End dimension is an asteroid belt. Wait, what did I write? The end dimension is an asteroid belt is a theory that the end dimension is located on an asteroid belt. What top-notch script writing here. This is mainly theorized because the end dimension are basically chunks of rocks floating in the seemingly endless void. However, how Steve survives in space without oxygen is something we'll be discussing in a later layer. Cave ambience crash sounds. Cave sounds have been known to be one of the scariest sounds in the game. However, what makes it even scarier are the cave sounds 17 and 18, which appear to be the sound of 2 minecarts crashing into each other, with one of the carts falling. I don't really know what this could be referring to. Cave sound 2 is some angelic humming. So maybe the souls of the dead miners could be roaming the caves or something. Shadow seeds. In Java Edition, seeds have shadows. This basically means that every Minecraft seed has a second seed that shares the same biome maps, but differing everything else, from terrain generation to structure locations. There's actually an algorithm out there, I think on GitHub, that can find the shadow seeds of any Minecraft seed. Woodland Mansion Cult. Players have discovered that there are actually special rooms in Woodland mansions that contain very peculiar objects, such as idols, meeting rooms with maps, jail cells, and even a fake end portal. With this information, many have theorized that the Woodland Mansion may be a cult started by the Illagers with some sort of plan to take over the world. Post-apocalyptic future. When playing Minecraft single player, you play as Steve and never encounter any other human during the entire gameplay. This spawned the theory that Steve is actually the only survivor in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. This may be why villagers look different from Steve, as they may have been a species that mutated after the disaster. Flying squids. The squid mob in Minecraft has had an extensive history of weird bugs throughout its existence. For example, at one point it was able to be milked when Mojang copied the squid's AI from the cow mob. However, in Minecraft Beta 1.2, the squid's velocity did not decrease once it reached the surface, meaning squids would start flying in the air.
What the
Ancient debris is fossilized trees. The ancient debris block has a texture that looks suspiciously like a log. The bark on the sides and the rings on the top suggest that ancient debris may have been the fossilized remains of ancient trees. Another theory is that the texture could be based off quartz pillar blocks, which may have been from ancient temples or fortresses made of netherite pillars. Wake up. During the initial popularity of Herobrine, a streamer named Copeland posted links to his Twitch chat, directing his viewers to a website. Now, on this totally normal webpage lies the rapidly dashing eyes of a Steve, along with the undeciphered symbols and letters. When you connect the letters, you discover the wake up messages. Inside the letter, it says that victims of torture can be transported into a fantasy world from which they cannot wake up from, which is a totally great thing to discover when recording this video at 12:15 a.m. I'm probably not going to be sleeping tonight. Guardians are mechanical. The Minecraft mob, the Guardian, is rumored to be a robotic invention due to their retractable spikes, prismarine build, and the lasers they shoot out from their eyes. They may have been created by the same species that built the ocean monuments in order to protect them. This theory is actually backed up by Minecraft's official mobus theory, which states that Guardians are made of mechanical parts. Removed horse armor recipe. During 2 snapshots of the 1.6.1 update, players were actually able to use 6 iron ingots, gold ingots, or diamonds to craft horse armor if they placed them around a block of wool. However, these recipes were removed, possibly because horse armor has no durability. Leather horse armor is still craftable using 7 leather pieces. Alright, we're moving on to the 5th layer. Alpha Snow Worlds. In Minecraft's alpha version, there was a map type named Winter Mode, which would turn your entire world snowy. In addition, oceans were frozen and fewer animals spawned. InfDev House. When players first spawned in the InfDev version of Minecraft, they would be placed inside a house made of mossy cobblestone. Inside, there were 4 chests. 1 with TNT, 1 with 99 of every type of block, 1 with every type of item, and 1 filled with every color of wool. However, after several updates to the chests, the InfDev house was renovated and is now made of oak planks and stone. Rubydung. Rubydung was an unreleased game made by Notch, which was cancelled during its pre-alpha state. The game was meant to be a clone of Dwarf Fortress, a construction and management simulation. Rubydung was short for Rubyland's Dungeons and actually inspired Notch to make Minecraft because the first-person view in Rubydung caused the textures to become blurry and distorted. The grass and cobblestone textures from the game were actually reused in Minecraft. The Mogminer Minecraft incident. The Mogminer, also known as Ryan Holtz, was a Mojang developer who worked on the rendering engine for Minecraft. He was beloved by the Minecraft community for adding tinted glass, lightning bug fixes, rabbits, and more to the game. However, on December 18th, 2013, Holtz joined an unofficial Minecraft server and released all of his rage on server members when they wouldn't give him a donator rank. This was because he had previously donated $500 to Good, the founder of the official Minecraft server, and thought he had joined the real Minecraft server when in reality he was in a completely different unofficial one. Unfortunately, he was fired from Mojang around January of 2015 for this behavior. Footsteps. In Minecraft Beta 1.5, there were particles for footsteps. Unfortunately, it was removed in 1.13 in the flattening update, but there are still references to footsteps to this day, such as the footprint item hidden inside a chest in one of Minecraft's April Fool's dimensions, but we'll be touching on that in a a later layer. Dolphin animal cruelty. Have you ever wondered why dolphins aren't rideable? Well, it's actually because Mojang claimed it would be animal cruelty, even though pigs are still rideable to this day. Similarly, Mojang also won't add a shark mob, as it may lead people to think that sharks are hostile in real life. Skull painting hill seed. A week after the pack.png seed was found, mad lads on the Minecraft subreddit found the seed where the skull on fire painting was taken. What's even cooler is that the artist, Christopher Zetterstrand, actually shared the original screenshot he took when he was making the painting. Fartherlands. The Fartherlands are an even further version of the Farlands, and generate 80 times further, approximately 1 billion blocks away from spawn. It doesn't really have anything special, but it sort of looks like a really complicated high-pixel skyblock farm. Snow QR code. Leading up to the 1.9 Minecraft update, Mojang actually hid a bunch of QR codes using generated snowfall. When scanned, it displays the text Minecraft 1.9 the combat update, which hyped the very controversial renovation of Minecraft PvP. China appeasement. This theory was based off the dolphin animal cruelty entry, and speculates that the reason dolphins aren't rideable and the absence of sharks in the game is in order to appease China, who has a critically endangered Chinese river dolphin, along with a 2011 campaign to reduce the consumption of shark fins. This honestly makes sense, as there are 300 million Chinese bedrock players compared to the smaller 200 million bedrock sales worldwide. Ravagers are mutated villagers. The Ravagers are mutated villagers theory states that the Ravager mob is actually a mutated version of the Minecraft villager due to the similar green eyes, unibrow, and grunting noises. It is theorized that pillagers take their prisoners from their raids in order to experiment on and turn them into Ravagers, which explains the jail cells in the woodland mansions. Zero tick farms. The zero tick pulses were a redstone bug that allowed pistons to move dirt blocks under crops without the crops popping off. The explanation behind this bug is too much for my zero IQ brain to comprehend, but basically the zero tick bug was heavily exploited for farms, as it caused the crops in farms to become insanely efficient. However, the zero tick bug was fixed in the 1.16 update. Isometric screenshot. Isometric screenshots were a feature in the inf-dev versions of Minecraft, and could be taken using the F7 button. Unfortunately, this really cool feature was removed due to the newly implemented infinite world generation, so taking an isometric screenshot would basically destroy any PC that wasn't a NASA quantum computer. Ashes to Ashes. Ashes to Ashes was a creepypasta involving two audio files found in a folder in Minecraft's 2010 Halloween update. The first file, ashes1ashes.og, featured clicking you would probably find in a satisfying ASMR video. Whereas the second file, ashes2ashes.og, was the audio of a man in pain. An interesting Easter egg is if you put the ashes to ashes OG file into a spectrogram, there is a creepy human figure at the end. Nothing to solve. Another cool addition of the 2020 April Fool's Infinite Snapshot was a hidden book that was stored in a secret chest in the llama dimension. For those that don't know, during April Fool's 2020, a joke snapshot was released featuring the Infinity update, where Mojang added a bunch of new items and dimensions in the game. The snapshot was pretty insane with over 2 billion randomly generated worlds and offered a bunch of super interesting brand new crazy dimensions. In addition, there are 43 dimensions hard-coded by Mojang, each one filled with Easter eggs. The Nothing to Solve book was hidden in Mojang's llama dimension. It wasn't really anything special, it was basically just titled a book and written by developer, and the only thing it said was nothing to solve. Wool armor. In the inf-dev version of Minecraft, cloth armor could be crafted using wool. Surprisingly, the textures for the wool armor set were actually taken from Notch's game Legend of the Chambered. 72 DAQA accounts. In Minecraft, usernames can only be owned by one account. That was until 72 different accounts under the name DAQA were found. Many thought that the DAQA accounts belonged to Mojang and stood for either developer account quality assurance or deleted/deactivated account QA due to the camel casing of the username. Another theory is that the DAQA accounts may have been duped using Minecraft username sniping methods, although 72 different dupes is incredibly rare. However, currently all DAQA accounts except one have been deleted. Vatican Minecraft server. The Vatican, which is home to Pope Francis, launched its official Minecraft server in 2019, aimed to create a wholesome and toxic-free community. It was set up by Robert Ballecer, a priest who worked at the Vatican. Moments after the server went live, literally everything bad that could happen did happen. The server was griefed, hit with DDoS attacks, and trolled by several players, which, looking back on it, was actually sort of sad considering the server rules were quite progressive and inclusive. Homophobia, transphobia, political argument, and religious discrimination were prohibited, and moderators were accepting of any religion or sexual orientation according to players. It seems like they were actually just trying to build a safe, welcoming community, but ended up in a toxic, tragic end. Luckily, however, apparently the server is still up, and from what I've heard is still joinable. Minecraft 4K. Now, from the name, you might think Minecraft 4K is some sort of Ultra HD version of Minecraft. However, it was actually the complete opposite. Minecraft 4K was a special edition of Minecraft made in 2009 for Java 4K, a game contest where games had to be less than 4 KB, aka 4096 bytes in size. There were only 6 blocks in this version: grass, dirt, stone, bricks, leaves, and wood. Elytra origins. If you didn't know, elytras actually exist in real life and act as a forewing that covers actual wings on insects like beetles and help them glide. Due to this, people theorize that elytras may have come from phantoms, which explains why you need phantom membrane in order to repair the elytra. Entity.hanging. Entity.hanging is a mysterious sound event found in the game files of a Minecraft 1.9 snapshot. Entity.hanging.place was paired with entity.hanging.pop and entity.leashnot.place, which suspiciously sounds like something that would get me demonetized, but was probably designed for the lead item and just unfortunately had creepy sound file names. Steve Villager Hybrid. When villagers were added, Mojang also included a texture file that looked like a mixture of a Steve Villager hybrid. Thank God they removed it in version 1.5. Stabby McStabby Face. Another one of the dimensions hard-coded by Mojang in the Infinity update was the Isolation dimension, which featured a non-suspicious looking villager named Bob and his 3 dogs. There were signs in Swedish placed around his house, which translated to "No advertisement please" and "Go away." However, what's slightly off-putting about this area is the hidden chest under Bob's house, featuring rotten flesh, bones, and a sword named Stabby McStabface. Whoever's remains these are is still unknown, but many speculate that Bob was the killer. Oh my god, okay, we've made it to the 6th layer. Rescue a ghast from the Nether. The Uneasy Alliance achievement, which can be unlocked by bringing a ghast into the overworld and then brutally assassinating it, has the description "Rescue a ghast from the Nether," which implies that ghasts are trapped inside the Nether dimension. Legend of the Chambered. Legend of the Chambered was another one of Notch's games, and was a first-person RPG created before 2008. Notch also made Prelude of the Chambered in 48 hours for the Ludum Dare 21 competition. Steve is a god. From carrying an inventory filled to the brim without slowing down, to jumping an entire meter with ease, to running almost twice as fast as the average person, Steve is truly an insanely athletic individual. The fact that Steve can literally punch a tree and go from owning absolutely nothing to defeating a big black dragon in a few casual days have led players to believe that Steve is, in fact, a god. Hollow world. Many have speculated that the Minecraft world is hollow due to the reduced gravity and the huge void beneath the mere 62 meters from Minecraft sea level to bedrock. Another theory is that the end is actually located in this hollow space, as you jump down into the portal and the void appears in both areas. Pumpkins contain souls. When placing a pumpkin on snow blocks or iron blocks, it turns the building into a snow or iron golem immediately, implying that there is some sort of soul hidden in the pumpkin. In addition, naturally generated pumpkins had faces carved into them, which could have been the face of the soul trapped inside. Zombie Town. Zombie Town was yet another one of Notch's old games that was made in 2009. It was supposed to be a sequel for Left 4K Dead, which was a game Notch made for the 2009 Java 4K contest. The zombie from this game most likely spawned the idea of the zombie mob, which is currently in Minecraft. SCP-4335. SCP-4335 was a full black abnormal entity made of iron blocks and obsidian. It lived inside the Minecraft game and was contained inside a containment chamber consisting of a funny looking cube that contains the creature. Looking at it would cause auditory and visual hallucinations, and was the main inspiration for the Enderman mob. Unused chair texture. Notch actually plans to add chairs to Minecraft, as shown by an old blog post and chair texture files being added to the game. However, they were unfortunately removed a few months later. Mineshafts ignore ores. Although mineshafts are made to mine ores, they actually have no correlation to ore generation at all. Therefore, it's theorized that mineshafts in Minecraft could have been used instead for transportation, or an escape route from the overworld during nighttime. Basalt Delta's radiation. In the Basalt Deltas biome, you can hear clicking sounds, which are extremely similar to the sounds of Geiger counters, which are used to detect radiation. Additionally, the particles in the biome could actually be radioactive particles from nuclear explosions, which could explain why the biome is so radioactive. Human mobs. Steve was actually a spawnable mob from the pre-classic to classic versions of Minecraft. They were called monsters in the game code and attacked the player while wiggling their arms randomly. Again, thank God they removed this. Skis.png. In December of 2012, a texture for a pair of skis were added in the 1.4.6 update. However, Mojang developer Dinnerbone confirmed that they were a joke, which is devastating coming from me, an avid skiing enjoyer. Calm 4. Calm 4 was a music file created by Notch and was removed in Alpha v 1.1.2. In the song, you can actually hear Notch saying Mojang's specifications. Because it was Mojang's previous name. Vexes are lost souls. The annoying bugs spawned by evokers, also known as Vexes, might actually be trapped and forced to fight against their own will. In fact, they might actually be the souls of villagers that are slain during raids, or just could have been an army hired or enslaved by the villagers. Obsidian walls. 2-block tall obsidian walls were generated on the X and Z axes of the InfDev version, and looked like a shorter version of the Great Wall of China. Unused ghast scream. Ghasts actually have an unused scream called the affectionate scream, which sounds like me in 4th grade when I was struggling to play the recorder. Ghasts are mechanical. According to the official Minecraft Mobastery, ghasts actually shoot fireballs using an internal mechanism. This basically confirms that ghasts have robotic components within themselves, and maybe an advanced robot. Piglins used rune portals and became zombified. This entry on the iceberg is referring to the theory that piglins created rune portals in order to explore the overworld. Unfortunately, when traveling to the overworld, they become zombified, so they went back, destroying the portals in the process. Old Root. Old Root was a Minecraft ARG that started on the Minecraft subreddit. It started off with a user by the name of Old Root sharing an image with the message, "This is the beginning. Those who are pure will see what hides in the darkness." If you brightened the image, it revealed a SoundCloud link that took you to a song named It Has Begun. Running the audio file through a spectrogram software would reveal the word Silent Raven. The other song on Old Root's SoundCloud profile was a song called Old Root, which people also put through a spectrogram software. The song hid an Imgur link, which directed to this creepy looking picture of a Steve with the text, "The Raven is watching." Old Root also sent another image, this time with a link to a password protected Tumblr blog. Using the previously discovered phrase Silent Raven, you could gain access to this image. Again, when brightened, there was a figure with the text, "We are the answer." The Old Root ARG is extremely extensive and would be long enough to be a whole separate video on its own, so I'll put the complete history of Old Root if you want to learn more in the description. However, Old Root is still unsolved and goes through a plethora of ciphers, hidden messages, mysterious photos, atomic masses, and even this red eye. What? Wow. Oh my god, we're on the 7th layer. Warped Forest help sounds. Inside the Warped Forest, there are some pretty concerning sounds, such as the Warped Forest help and Warped Forest hear sounds. Most likely from Endermen begging for help. It's pretty obvious that the Endermen are trying to communicate with the player, but what exactly? Shared bedrock pattern. In Java Edition, there's actually a pattern on the bedrock floor that is the exact same in any seed, whereas in the Bedrock Edition, only the nether ceiling is identical. This has led to exploits, such as on 2b2t, Minecraft's oldest anarchy server, where players have found the precise coordinates of a hidden base through pictures of bedrock. Apparently this can also be done with netherrack, as the block textures are rotated based on the location. Emerald sickness. The emerald sickness theory says that illagers are actually the result of greedy villagers becoming so greedy for emeralds that they'd kill one another, eventually corrupting both their mind and body, and finally turning into the sick and ill appearance of illagers. Grey prototype creepers. This strange image of grey early prototype creepers was posted in 2009 by Notch. The texture seems to be some sort of desaturated sand or clay, and looks oddly depressing. Birds screaming. Birds screaming was an audio loop that was featured in the classic version of Minecraft, and played when players entered forests. However, Minecraft didn't actually have any birds other than chickens until parrots were added in the 1.12 update. Air.og. I'ma be real, I have absolutely no idea what's going on here. Air.og was supposedly part of a streaming project made by the Mojang developer Balk. Using SSTV, you can convert the air.og audio file into an image of a notebook with a passphrase written on it. I think you can somehow use the passphrase to enter the "this is a very long phrase that is hopefully not in any dictionary" dimension from the Minecraft 2020 Infinity snapshot. Upon entering the dimension, you're greeted with this lovely message, which is a reference to the movie 2010, The Year We Make Contact. Alpha slabs and leaves. Alpha slabs were a special variant of slabs that had all the stone slab properties, such as invulnerability to fire. What makes it weird is it has the texture of a wood slab. After some updates, Mojang made an actual wooden slab called the oak wood slab, but didn't take alpha slabs out of the game. Therefore, there were two different types of wooden slabs with totally different IDs in the game. In 1.13, Mojang finally changed the alpha slabs to petrified oak slabs due to the stone properties it had. The same occurrence happened with alpha leaves, which could be obtained with a silk touch pickaxe in release 1.0, but they were converted into regular oak leaves in 1.13. Wandering traders are nitwits. Minecraft nitwits are useless villagers that can't be assigned to a job. They have absolutely zero purpose in life and just stand there doing nothing, which is basically me. However, players have theorized that nitwits are actually wandering traders, as they have similar green shirts. Additionally, the wandering traders have a reputation of giving players terrible trades, which could have stemmed from the nitwits' below average intelligence. Dead star. The dead star theory is actually quite a wild one. Imagine if the Minecraft world doesn't actually take place on Earth, but instead in a place where the sun has died, and humans have created their own artificial sun. This could explain the minimal feet of soil above rocks, along with the abundance of natural resources. Enchanting table is futuristic technology. As we mentioned earlier, the cryptic text from the enchantment table is actually standard galactic alphabet, which leads some to believe that the enchantment table may come from a future where the galactic alphabet is frequently used. Alternative redstone. Before redstone was added to Minecraft Pocket Edition, players would use sand, signs, and cacti to run signals in-game for their different contraptions. Minecraft Pocket Edition crater. If you typed in the seed porch in the early Minecraft Pocket Edition versions, a gigantic crater with a lava waterfall and lake will be formed. This was incredibly rare, as caves had not been added into the Pocket Edition version yet. Pillagers created and armed piglins. This entry on the iceberg is referring to the possibility that pillagers were the ones responsible for giving piglins crossbows. When regular pigs are struck by lightning, they turn into zombified piglins. The theory states that illagers may have been experimenting on pigs, and when they turn into the piglin version, the illagers tried giving them crossbows and turning them into their servants. Unfortunately, the piglins must have turned out to be terrible servants, as the illagers likely banned all of them to the nether. Mushroom Island nuclear tests. The Mushroom Islands may have been used by earlier civilizations to test nuclear weapons. This is reinforced by the mutated mushroom cows and the exclusive mycelium grass only available in the biome. Additionally, zero hostile mobs are able to spawn, meaning there could be some sort of radiation preventing them from spawning. The wither is imperfect. The wither is imperfect theory says that the current wither in the game is not actually the perfect version of the wither, due to the boss only having a head and torso. Additionally, in Minecraft Story Mode Season 1, the Wither Storm, a much more powerful version of the wither, was spawned using a command block in the middle of soul sand. This hints that there are definitely much stronger versions of the wither that Steve has not discovered yet. Pocket Edition Invisible Fire. In the early editions of Minecraft Pocket Edition, there was a bug where fire was completely invisible and had an insanely high fire spread, along with the ability to burn blocks like dirt and stone. As you may have guessed, this was an absolutely traumatizing experience when I was playing Minecraft PE on my iPad in elementary school. Droopy Likes Your Face. Droopy Likes Your Face was a song in Alpha Minecraft with some really weird audio samples taken from a text-to-speech voice called The Magic Wand Speaks speaking reader, which was a device that could read children's books out loud for you. The phrase droopy comes from the children's book The Droopy Dragon, and has been featured in other C418 songs like Droopy Likes Ricochet and Droopy Remembers. Pre-classic censored videos. Notch's first video of Minecraft, called Cave Game Tech Test, seems to be censored in almost every country. The reasons are still unknown, as it is a video of Notch just walking around in his bedrock and grass world, but you can find re-uploads of his video on YouTube. Cold and Oak. The cold and oak trees were a result of a rare bug in Minecraft Pocket Edition that causes spruce trees to generate in the same shape as oak trees if they were at the edge of a snowy biome. Is that the final layer? We've made it. No way. Final layer, mob spawner lich phylacteries. We're finally at the bottom of the iceberg, and starting off with the theory that mob spawners were the work of a race of wizards. I know. According to this theory, they bound their souls to machines in dungeons due to the search for immortality, and hoped that their bodies would regenerate in these machines. Unfortunately, their souls and bodies started decaying, causing them to be too weak to stop the machines that were constantly forcing their body to rot over and over, leading to the production of zombies and skeletons. Although this theory is pretty disgusting, it doesn't explain the spider, silverfish, or blaze spawners, so I highly doubt this theory is true. Steve is in a coma. This entry on the iceberg refers to the theory that Steve is actually in a coma. This is due to the similarities between the undead mob and Steve's face, the lack of dreams when Steve is sleeping, and the end poem, which compares life to a long dream and a short dream, and finally the last line of the end credits, which tells Steve to wake up. The different Minecraft dimensions may also represent Steve's stages of subconsciousness, in which the overworld representing the present, the nether representing the past, and the end representing the future. Also, this is about to get symbolic, which your English teacher will love, but the final end fight with the dragon ends in the dropping of an egg, which is a symbol of creation and rebirth, granting Steve a second chance at life. Blocks in the end feel pain. Mojang has officially announced that blocks in the end can feel pain when mined.
Did you know that all the blocks in the end feel pain? Here, let's turn up the sound a bit. We even released this educational album to try and stop you mining down there.
Ancient debris came from a reactor explosion. According to this theory, the debris is actually the metal scraps from the aftermath of a huge reactor explosion. This massive explosion might have also caused the nether dimension to form. Soul Sand Valley white pumpkins. When the nether update first came out, a rumor went around saying that the soul soil was going to be able to be tilled, and it would produce a revolutionary new crop called the white pumpkins, which was a crop exclusively in Minecraft story mode. Mojang made a home for Herobrine. The Mojang made a home for Herobrine theory says that Herobrine has been around longer than the game itself, and Mojang made Minecraft with the sole intention of keeping Herobrine trapped in one place. Again, pretty unlikely rumor. Notch was probably just trying to make a living and not eat $1 ramen noodles. 1.rv data collection. 1.rv was a pre-release version of Minecraft meant for 2016's April Fools, and was called the Trendy Update. It featured modern items such as the USB charger block, the VR headset helmet, the ankle monitor, and the smarter watch. However, players speculate that Mojang was actually using this update to test out different forms of data collection on players, even though there was no actual proof that Mojang did. Don't look at the moon. Don't look at the moon was sparked by a rumor that said there is code within Minecraft's game that checks whether or not your character is looking at the moon. Apparently, looking at the moon grants some disastrous effects, such as world corruption, shadow entities, and being set on fire. From what I've seen on YouTube, the only video that actually shows something happen is someone's game crashing after looking at the moon for an entire night. So I'm not sure how true this rumor is. So yeah, that was the ultimate Minecraft Iceberg Explained. There are also a bunch of honorable mentions, which I may make a video on in the future. In the meantime, if you enjoyed the video, maybe possibly like and subscribe. Feel free to check out my other videos, which are edited way better, and oh yeah, join my Discord server. I'm relatively active there, so feel free to ping me and say hi. I also stream on Twitch every Saturday and Sunday, so follow me if you want to see me suffer in Minecraft. Enough of the ginormous amount of self-promo. I love you, and bye. Mwah.